In 1956, a soft-voiced pianist from Montgomery did something TV wasn't ready for. He put his own name above the title. Today we're telling the story of Nat King Cole, the boy at the church organ who became America's velvet voice and the road he had to walk to get there.
This program is brought to you by Old Timer Song Factory, the online catalog of original songs, perfectly suited for specialized music labels seeking distinctive tracks for their upcoming releases, all crafted with the true spirit of the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Right out of the gate, Nat's journey starts March 17, 1919, down in Montgomery, Alabama. His dad's a Baptist minister, his mom leads the church choir, and she's the one who sits little Nathaniel at the piano bench. That's a homegrown music school if I ever heard one.
Then the family lands in Chicago's Bronzeville, buzzing with jazz, horns in the air, voices in the windows. He's just a kid, sneaking listens to Louis Armstrong and Jimmy Noon from the alley like it's a radio only he can tune. And he's learning fast, classical stuff too, before he's 12.
By high school, he's already got a band, Nat Cole's and his Rogues of Rhythm. And they're not shy either. There's even a battle of the bands at the Savoy where folks crown him Prince of the Ivories. That nickname sticks like a good chorus.
So yeah, here's the thing. Nat's first big chapter isn't crooning, it's piano, pure and simple. In Los Angeles, he falls in with guitarist Oscar Moore and bassist Wesley Prince. A club owner pulls a publicity stunt, tosses a crown on him, and bam, Nat King Cole. The crown doesn't last, but the name, oh yeah.
They call it the King Cole Trio, and they start cutting sides like Sweet Lorraine and Honeysuckle Rose. Then comes Straighten Up and Fly Right, 1 million copies out the door. That's not just a hit, that's a rocket launch. Nat's still swearing he's a pianist first, but that voice? The room just hushes whenever he opens his mouth.
And not just that, he's pioneering a certain kind of cool. Nature Boy in 48, a little mysterious, kind of dreamy. Then Mona Lisa in 50, which he didn't even love at first, goes and sells in the millions. He tours Europe, pops up on Ed Sullivan. By 51, the trio drops off the marquee. Now it's simply Nat King Cole.
Unforgettable literally shows up as an album and title track, and by 53 it's platinum. He starts working with bigger orchestras, strings like satin. He's still the same musician, just painting on a bigger canvas.
But you know what's wild? The higher he climbed, the more he ran into the country's ceiling. Vegas would book him, then tell black patrons to stay out. In Birmingham in 56, white supremacists attacked him on stage. He said he wouldn't play Alabama again, and he didn't. That's the cost of being first in line.
Right. And same year, he tries television. The Nat King Cole Show premieres on NBC, first 15 minutes, then 30. He's smooth as a fresh-pressed suit, guests are top shelf, but sponsors ghost the show. Companies don't want a black headliner in their ads. After about a year, it ends, not for lack of talent, but lack of backbone from the suits. As he put it, Madison Avenue is afraid of the dark. The facts back the sting. No steady primetime backing, no run.
And still, he keeps making beauty. There's the Spanish-language records like Quizás, 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 and a command performance for Queen Elizabeth II in 1960. That's a pretty wide arc from Bronzeville alleyways to a royal hall.
Offstage, he and Maria Hawkins Ellington, build a family. They adopt, they raise Natalie, who'd later sing beside her father on Unforgettable in one of those time-bending studio miracles. The Coles buy a house in Hancock Park, Los Angeles, an all-white enclave at the time, and get a letter from neighbors saying they don't want undesirables. Nat replies, cool as you like. If any undesirables show up, he'll let him know. That's dry Midwestern humor, even if he was born Southern.
He wasn't a soapbox guy, but he wasn't silent either. He sang for Eisenhower's Republicans in 56, then backed Kennedy in 1960 and performed at the inauguration in 61. Behind the scenes, presidents asked his counsel on civil rights, a reminder that culture can change politics, not just soundtrack it.
The last year hits hard. Late 54, he's in pain, losing weight. Doctors find a tumor in his left lung. Decades of heavy smoking catching up. Against advice, he heads into the studio in early December and records the last tracks for LOVE. That's grit with a bow tie. He passes in Santa Monica on February 15th, 1965, just 45 years old.
And here's the part that keeps me up sometimes. The voice that held people together in the same room, black, white, rich, working folks, was taken so young. But the ripple keeps moving. Natalie's Unforgettable wins Album of the Year in '91. There's a stamp in '94. Rock Hall recognition rolls in 2000. The legacy doesn't just rest, it tours.
When I hear him now, I hear the pianist who never stopped loving the keys, even as the spotlight loved his voice more. I hear a man who walked into rooms that weren't built for him and left him rearranged. Not just a crooner, an architect of ease. In a century that wasn't.
So if you're spinning that tonight, remember the path behind that velvet sound. The mom-led lessons, the trio woodshedding, the TV show without sponsors, the stand in Vegas and Birmingham, and the final recording sessions when he could have just gone home. That's the measure of the man.
Right. And maybe that's why the songs still land soft, but deep. They're built on stubbornness and grace. Two Midwestern virtues, even if his passport said Alabama to California.
Thanks for riding along with us today. We'll catch y'all next time with another chapter in the story of American roots music.
Appreciate you being here. Means the world to us.
It's time to say goodbye, friends, but we're never far. Just tune in again, same time, same place, same warm sound.
And remember, when the King's in your playlist, every road trip's a route well taken.
If you liked the episode, don't be shy. Drop us a comment, share a memory or a story, and hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when the next Stories of American Roots music comes rolling out.